Establishing the pattern in the story. When you have early readers, the pattern in the story is very clear. A truck is big, a bulldozer is big, an ambulance is big, and really what the only word that's changing is coming from the picture, and it's just the one word, or in this case a couple of words that are changing. The reason we want the child to establish a pattern is because that really is what early reading is. It is a memorization of high frequency words. We as good readers have a very extensive bank of high frequency words that when we are reading we don't sound out each time. We visually recognize it and know the word. So it's important with these early readers to give your child the opportunity to just know those words. However, it's still equally important and encouraged to have your child use their finger to point to the words as they are saying them. And this makes sure they understand that what they are saying matches the text, or at least it needs to match the text, and that's how they check their reading. When we look at higher level books, obviously the pattern does get a bit more complicated. Here is Mother Mouse. Where are her babies? That's one part of the pattern. Here they are is the second part of the pattern. Here is Mother Hedgehog. Where are her babies? Here they are. So it's important in the first page, and especially the second page, by the second page, to really establish the pattern. If the second page is tricky, make sure you go back and forth and let them know you know that word. We read it here. And once you know the title and you've done your book walk and you've used that vocabulary, even on in your book walk you could even sort of read it to them casually. But again, it's very important to make sure that as they're reading the pattern, especially when it begins to sound memorized, which again is a good thing, that they are still attending to the text and they're making sure that they're cross-checking, they're self-correcting when they need to. And if you're concerned about having the finger with their reading, it's not much of a concern. Using their finger to read, to point to each word, is easily removed later on as they become more comfortable with the book or with other texts. Sometimes it goes away, often it goes away on their own. And it's just so important, especially early on, to make sure they are pointing, and it's well worth, the time that it might take to say, try that without your finger later on as you get higher on the levels.